Friday Night Funkin' slander, abuse, and harassment is something I've been dealing with on Twitter for the last few days. In one of my more recent videos, I talked about a member of the HD mod for Friday Night Funkin', Kolsan, and how he targeted a cancer patient with his audience as a weapon. They harassed this individual and made fun of them for having cancer. After exposing Kolsan for harassing a cancer patient on Twitter with his audience, people in the community are arguing that Kolsan had already dealt with this situation. But here is the apology that Kolsan made. He threw the blame onto someone else and then promoted his FNF HD mod underneath his pseudo-apology. Members of the Friday Night Funkin' community, specifically members of the Friday Night Funkin' HD mod, decided to tell Kolsan about the video. Kolsan then went on a Twitter rampage and sent his audience to harass and abuse me for quite a few days. The abuse I received wasn't just trolling. Certainly there was some of that mixed in there, for sure. I can definitely tell the difference between that and what was actually harm wished against my life, telling me to commit suicide in DMs, and slander against my name like that I'm some type of predator, which I'll discuss more later. Kolsan spearheaded this campaign of harassment and made statements saying that he didn't need to tell his audience to not harass individuals. And he also decided to continue to harass me of his own will, no matter what people said to him. His harassment got so bad that he even decided to draw imagery of me dead while he was pissing on my grave, which I do believe encouraged others to send me messages of telling me to kill myself. Any harassment tweets from his community were liked, retweeted, and responded by him. He was entirely encouraging his audience to do this harassment. The thing about the community around Kolsan on Twitter is that many members of the Friday Night Funkin' modding community, as well as Let's Players and content creators, also supported this harassment. Whether they were silently supporting it with likes and retweets, or actively participating in it and sending me hate messages as well. I pinpointed one individual out of the community, and I think that was the wrong thing for me to do. I talked about Gegcoin supporting the harassment, which I did note that he was doing. He had been in support of Kolsan, who was known for harassing cancer patients and using his audience as a weapon. He was supporting tweets from Kolsan saying that I was a toxic member of the community, and supporting tweets from Kolsan slandering my name. When I called out Gegcoin for supporting the harassment and supporting Kolsan, which everyone had known was doing awful things in the community, he decided to harass me with his own claims. This is where I'll start talking about people slandering my name as if I'm some type of predator. I will try to make this as clear as possible. I used artwork in a thumbnail that people found to be odd, but the video topic itself was speaking out against this artwork and speaking out against people using this imagery. Today's video involves not safe for work art and the controversies revolving around the Sky mod for Friday Night Funkin'. Before we get into the meat of today's subject, I want to discuss that the creator of Sky made this character before the Friday Night Funkin' mod came out. Sky was created by BF's wife Ferrara on TikTok, and the mod was created by BB So this is where a little bit of the controversy pops up, because BF's wife Forever states that Sky herself is 19 years old, while BB Panzu, the creator of the mod, states that Sky is 12, now 13 years old in the mod. This starts to get a little problematic, but it also comes down to who the artist is, what their intentions are, and what their past artwork is. There's always going to be not safe for work art. That's just a given. Any fandom is going to have a darker side to it, which is something I enjoyed discussing. But a few days after the Sky mod was created, a large amount of people started to create not safe for work art or Rule 34 artwork of Sky and raided Discord servers, spamming these images to people of all sorts of ages. I think the main issue here is that people invaded these Discord servers and spammed this artwork. They did not consider who was in those Discord servers, what the ages were of these people, and the fact that the creator of the mod, BB Panzu, had stated multiple times on their Twitter that Sky is 12 years old in the mod. On top of that, the creator of Sky is 14 years old. Sky may be 19 outside of the Friday Night Funkin' universe, but that doesn't get rid of the fact that the creator is underage. So seeing this explicit artwork is just not right for them. I've gone over BF's wife Forever's TikToks, and yes, there is some lewd artwork on there, There is a second account that they have of Sky where there is even more lewd artwork, but none of it is explicit, so I don't believe that that justifies any reason for people to be sending this type of artwork their way or spamming any of this artwork in the Discord servers. Do I think people need to stop making not safe for work Sky art? No, as long as we know the intentions of the artist and know that they're creating artwork of just Sky, not Sky in the Friday Night Funkin' universe. Of course, there can always be artwork of people that are grown up. That is definitely something, but that, revolves around the artist's intentions again. Sky is a fictional character, a character that is deemed to be 19 years old by the original creator. The person that created Sky is a 13-year-old. Gegcoin, as well as Kolsan and many other fans, decided to push this narrative that I was looking up imagery of minors, that I was looking up CP, that I had looked up imagery of a character made by a minor. The character is a 19-year-old fictional character. This is a fictional character, by the way. But the claims were that I was some type of pedophile for using imagery of a 19-year-old fictional character. I find this to be truly disgusting and disrespectful to anyone that is an actual victim of pedophilia. This was the most dangerous and slandering claim, especially when the fictional character is deemed to be 19 by the original creator. I will link the video in the description below if you want to see my actual thoughts on what that video was about. I actually had to change my thumbnails recently because people were trying to target my channel and make false claims against it. I find it funny that people were trying to do this, especially when the thumbnail that they're targeting me for was a video that got 1.6 million views and 40k likes on it, and was a thumbnail that was directly approved by YouTube. There was no problem with this until people decided to warp this perspective and slander my name. And all of this stems from me exposing Kolsan for being a person that targets and harasses individuals within the community that want to criticize him. Many members in this community decided to support Kolsan. I don't think the entirety of Friday Night Funkin' is toxic. I think there is a small group of individuals that like to perpetuate this harassment and toxicity. Unfortunately, it seems to revolve around the Friday Night Funkin' HD Mod team members. I've heard stories of people criticizing KD Dev, and then KD Dev's fans went out of their way to dox the person. The person that was doxed was called on their home phone and attacked with racial slurs. It was then later on that they had a pizza actually ordered to their home address. I want to say that I don't support any of this harassment. I made statements early on and even DM'd people that I saw defending me. Some of the stuff going on in this community is actually criminal. Someone DM'd me with all of Kolsan's personal information, his home address, his full name, and I just want to say that that's terrible. No matter what somebody does, they do not deserve to be doxxed. They do not deserve to have their personal information out there. I would like to step away from this topic after I make this video. I had to defend myself with certain claims, and I think it was something to talk about that there's certain individuals in the Friday Night Funkin' community, mainly very well-known individuals, that will perpetuate toxicity. And I think these people need to make statements telling their audiences to not do this type of harassment. I will continue to make videos the way I've always made them. I think we've been having a lot of fun here with some of the sort of down bad series that I've been working on. I actually really enjoy what I'm able to do on YouTube, and it's pretty rare that I have to talk about situations like this. I hope this clears up what was going on in some of the community posts I made. I will be removing those so that this doesn't have to perpetuate any further, and I will more than likely not be discussing this anymore. I hope this is the last that we have to hear about this, but I do suspect that I'll be targeted with more harassment. So any of your support would be greatly appreciated at this time. Everybody take care. Later.